Welcome to Only the Truth Tarot. I am doing a general read for the last 2 weeks in June. This reading in particular is for my fire signs for the last 2 weeks of June 2020 into, like the first couple days of July. So let's see, because I believe June ends in the middle of the week, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So let's see what the good tarot has to say for my earth sign. Fire. I'm doing fire, not earth. Fire signs. Spirit fire signs. What messages do we have for my fire signs for the last 2 weeks of the month June 2020? What is going to be the theme for those 2 weeks? What messages, clear and concise messages do we have for my fire signs for the month of the last 2 weeks of June 2020? Come on. Give me something to work with. Hope everybody's doing okay. This is going to be a general reading. It may not resonate with everybody. If it does, great. If it doesn't, keep it pushing. No need to tell me it didn't resonate. No need to make comments on my Facebook page. Everything you just want money. I had to address that. I thought that was such a dumbass shit to say. Like, listen, I don't work for free, okay? The only thing you get free from me is this general readings. I do promos, so take advantage of those or whatever it is. This personal readings are personal readings. They cost money. Anywhere you go, you have to pay. And if you feel, if a comment had to go along the lines of nothing ever comes true, then you know what? I don't know where you got your reading from. You always have you have to understand this, time is fluid with tarot, and you have free will, and you can make things change, and you or the other person, if it's a love reading, whatever, have the power to change, future outcomes and everything like that. You really can't control it. That's why we put on the disclaimer for entertainment purposes only. All right. You can't make life decisions based on tarot, people. I do, but you know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, like, it's just guidance. You take it with a grain of salt. All right. That's why also as a disclaimer, don't write to me to find out about pregnancies and this and that. I failed to, make that disclaimer before and had someone reach out to me about that, and I clearly said, that's something you don't want to play with. At least I don't. All right, enough talking. So you have the 10 of earth, the 8 of earth, the magician, the 6 of fire, and the star. All right, so somebody here, all right, is definitely in their in a very good space right now. All right. So not only are you, like, I don't want to call it cloud nine, but you are in a position where you're making things happen. Okay. Where you've put in the work to do certain things, to accomplish certain things. And it's gotten you to the point where you are starting to see the fruits of that labor. Excuse me. You have kind of, with the magician, you've put things into work, with the star card, things being, you put those things into work from a good place in your heart, coming from with good intentions, from a place of healing, from a place of faith. So because of that, you've had really, really good results out of it. All right. With the 6 of fire here. Literally, you're like floating. You're floating on thin air, like they say, and can't nobody bring you down. All right. So at the bottom of the deck, you have the 7 of earth. All right. I just finished saying that, you planted some seeds. You put something into work that's really coming forward. So the time that you took, the energy that you decided to work with, like whatever mind space that you got into, it's paying off. All right. It's really paying off. So let me add messages here. Let's clarify or add additional information to each of these cards for the last 2 weeks of June for my fire signs. June 2020, the last 2 weeks of June 2020, Spirit. So that's good. End the month with a bang. This is literally hump month, and the last 2 weeks of the month of June are literally like the true hump. Like you really starting to get to the top of the hump. If you think of a camel, you're going to the top of the hump, because once July hits, it's all downhill from there when it comes to 2020. And hopefully, 2020 picks up in changes. I don't know, because we all know 2020 has been a rough year for the universe in general. So why is the 10 of Earth here, Spirit? Why is the 10 of Earth? Okay, I'm going to take that one, but not the other ones, because it was too many. If they're meant for you, they will pop out. So you have the Ace of Swords, which is truth, planning, seeing things, seeing clearly, having that knowledge, that understanding, having a clear mental space for what it was that you needed. And like I said, you put in the work and it brought you to that 10 of Earth. So let's see, why is the 8 of Earth here? I really don't feel like I need to add more to that 10 of Earth. Why is the 8 of Earth here, Spirit? Why is the 8 of Earth? Okay. I take the top card. I won't look at the other ones. Judgment. Oh my goodness. So you needed clarity. You had to take the opportunity to change, to grow, to rebuild, to release the things that were holding you back, to release whatever had you paused. And there's a 10 of Airs behind it. To release whatever really had you feeling hurt, feeling trapped, feeling like you couldn't do much of anything. Whatever it was, to take that leap of faith, all right, the Fool, to start over. You really had to work on releasing that. You really had to work on yourself, become honest with yourself in order to be able to let go of what was holding you back. All right, let's see. Why is the Magician here? Why is the Magician here? Why is the Magician here? All right. Oh, I'll give you the 2 because they both popped out. Because somebody had left you. And this is the King of Pentacles. I'm starting to feel like you had to really get your shit together and you had to figure out how to make things happen for yourself. Because if there was anybody here that was giving you some type of support, moral, financial, whatever it was, they kind of cut you off. They cut you off and you had no choice but to make it be on your own. You got to learn from that, obviously, because you come full circle to the 10 of Earth. Why is the 6 of Fire here? Why is the 6 of Fire here? Okay, so you have the Fool, and the Fool had came out earlier. Your 6 of Fire being the victory, the 6 of Fire with the Fool literally telling you, take that leap. Notice he's at the edge of a cliff, right? There's like nothing. And with this card, the 6 of Fire, you're floating. You're floating in a balloon on a ship, making things happen. So them two together literally saying, go ahead, do what you need to do, because it's okay. The universe got you. You're not going to fall. Oh, that came out quick. I can't even finish shuffling. And the Star comes out with Justice. Justice being, Libra, the card of equal give and take, the card of balance, the card of contracts, the card of things having to do with justice. But on the same token, she's also just an emotionally stable person, emotionally, including mental. She has some mental stability. So with it being next to the Star, I really feel like you were able to get yourself together to a point where you could provide stability to your own self. Where you could see things for what they were with the Sword. You had, again, you're getting a clear path, knowing which way it is that you needed to go. You really took the time to heal. And because you healed, like I said in the beginning, everything you did it from a good place with good intentions. So let's see, you have Aquarius with the Star. You have Libra with Justice. Then the Magician, he's just a magician. But he also, the Magician also brings about travel, communication, making things happen to that extent. So maybe that's what you were working on. No, I honestly feel like you were just working on getting yourself together, making it out of the turmoil that you might have been in. And you accomplished that. You accomplished that perfectly fine. Yeah, because look at that. Everything had come to an end. And, you had to do that. Let me see what the vice versa has to add to this. Any additional information here for my fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sag, for the last 2 weeks of June? What can they expect? What can they expect for the last 2 weeks of June with this victory? Any advice? Any advice, Spirit? For the last 2 weeks of June for my fire signs. Any advice? I'll do it 3 more times. 2, 1. I guess not. No additional advice. So that's what I got from that. Let me give you a moon card to see if the moon wants to add to this for the moon oracle. Let's see. Any advice for my fire signs for the last 2 weeks of June? There you go. All right. It says it's time to release negativity. All right. Full moon in Scorpio. And you have it's time to take action. New moon in Aries. So yeah, which, like I said, you took the action, you took the leap of faith, and it comes out to be a very good decision, right? So I hope this resonates with someone for the last 2 weeks of June. Again, these are general readings. They may or may not resonate. If they don't, hey, keep it pushing. If they do, awesome. Please hit like, share, and subscribe. That's the way we grow the tribe. And I shall see you on the other side. Peace.